Hi guys!
Hi guys!
Hi guys!
Yo.
Bro, I'm like nauseous.
Oh my god. Oh, you want to start
Are you ready?
recording?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Hi guys!
Bro, you need to chill on the intro, bro. Hi guys, welcome to In the Dorms.
I'm Summer.
I'm Zanera. And this is our podcast where we talk about the political and
We never
economic
fucking say
situation.
that, bro. We never said that
I
the
know.
entire life.
Yeah.
Alright, so today we are talking who's smoking cigarettes?
Yeah, there's like, oh, I see the guy. I see the culprit, bro.
Why is it that's so far away? The concept of playing soccer and then smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, that's actually insane.
And that's not even like a good, it's not even like a
No,
camel.
wait, they're playing volleyball, bro.
No, they're playing soccer. Them motherfuckers, the Asian motherfuckers.
You have something to say, bro?
Today we're talking about racism, and I just showed you guys an example of that. So today we're talking about coverage in the media of racism and how people of color don't get the same coverage as non-people of color.
Yeah, actually today, or this week,
Today.
I don't know when this video is coming out, but definitely like in between this week
You don't
and
know
next
as if
week.
we're not editing it.
Who's we, bro? I'm the one editing it.
I give my input.
Anyway, this is not something to laugh about, but 2 people of color were shot and killed by ICE agents, and they were both American citizens. So that's why we wanted to talk about this topic, because if you haven't heard of it, that's mostly because media coverage nowadays doesn't show crimes against people of color because, you know, racism, and just like the unempathetic way that people look at people of color. They don't think that they deserve to live and things like that. So they don't care about crimes like this happening, and they don't arrest the people who do it, because most of the time it's a non-person of color killing another person of color, and they don't want to show that, you know, white people are not oppressors or are the better race. So that's why they're not very shown in the media.
Yeah, and even like when it comes to like kids, like any demographic, kids, men, women, like any demographic, there was like a few months ago, I think like during the start of the year, there was a little boy that was literally detained by ICE that they used as like a prop to like lure out his father, to detain his father, and his father wasn't even like a violent offender or criminal. And they were detained. They went to an ICE facility. The little boy like ended up getting really sick, and like he was there with his mother. And it was so sad. They eventually were released, and that's great. But the fact that ICE was able to get away with it, there was no arrest made. There was no like question or doubt that ICE was totally guilty in that situation, and that they were taken advantage of. So yeah, that's really unfortunate. It's happened many times. Like ICE is just like one prevalent agency because it's domestic terrorism. Keith Porter was one that we both actually didn't know about for a while, but he was unfortunately a person of color. He was a guy that lived in LA. I forget what part of LA he lived in. I think downtown. And I believe it was New Year's. He was like shooting his gun up in the air out of celebration. And like, to be like fair, like to play devil's advocate, obviously you should never like have a weapon of that matter, like especially not like loaded, or shoot it, because it can definitely provoke like fear and, you know, maybe make others, like neighbors and whatever, think that it was a violent crime that was being committed when it wasn't. But anyways, his mistake in that unfortunately led to his death, because ICE ended up coming and killing him. They didn't even like give him a chance to explain himself, or, you know, I'm sure they tried to get the gun from him, but out of like fear and confusion, just in the moment, they weren't able to get the weapon and just decided to kill him. So yeah,
and police brutality happens often. A lot of the times you don't hear about it because they're like called like crimes that don't really matter, because like, you know, it happens so often and people don't care about people of color.
right.
And I mean, this happened with a woman named Sonia. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing her name wrong, but Sonia Massey, I think. Um, she was a black woman who I think suffered with some mental illness. I'm not completely sure which one. But police had knocked on her door and she was boiling water on the stove, and she had picked it up to put it away or to, like, make sure it stops boiling, and the policeman just shot her
Yeah, they
because
accused her of like pouring like boiling water. It's actually so ironic that that just triggered a thought for me. Is this one of the men that were executed by ICE this past week? His officer has a history of domestic violence. Basically, ICE is just a bunch of retarded men that barely passed high school that take out their violence on women and people of color. He literally has a history of domestic violence, and he poured boiling water on his wife.
Mhm.
So that just triggered that for me. That it's crazy that like a white guy in ICE that is supposed to be like a corrections department, like a facility that is supposed to, they invoke justice and like, arrest criminals, is a criminal himself and has a history of violence. So, but then a black woman who picks up a pot of water that's boiling is immediately just shot down dead because she's a threat. So.
Yeah, and he didn't stop the police cam or like the body cam footage.
Yeah.
They didn't like stop it. They
Yeah.
kept showing her dead body on the floor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest watching it if you have like a weak stomach, but it is horrible footage. And
Yeah.
like you were saying with the ICE people, well, they handcuffed the man who they shot and killed, and he was literally dead on the floor, and they still handcuffed him, which is absolutely horrible and insane, and so many people don't even know about it, which just shows how much the media does not show and how much they're trying to cover up, just because like they want to show that ICE are like good people and like they're correctional,
Right.
and like they serve justice to this country, which
They don't do.
they don't.
Well, another thing I'd like to bring up is that a lot of people, whether you've seen this video or thinking about it, or people that are kind of just silent and okay with what's happening, is that it will come around to affect you. Because if you are only like at the wrong place at the wrong place at the wrong time, that you could literally be affected by it. There's been like incidents where I remember there was a car driving by, like when they were doing an ICE arrest, and bullets from an ICE officer's gun ended up like hitting like a toddler in a car just like driving by. Or you even look at like Renee Good and Alex Preddy, who were they were white, but they were also killed by ICE. And it just shows you that the systematic racism of ICE and the systematic racism of media coverage and the government and in our society, especially in America, will even affect white people. Because if white people are standing up for what is right, if they're standing up for justice, if they're standing up for their peers and for people that are actually oppressed because of their skin color, they will also be taken out. They don't care. They don't get special privileges because of their skin color anymore. When you start defending the voiceless, when you start like standing up for injustices happening, all your privilege goes out the window.
Yeah, exactly. And it's horrible too because like I totally forgot my train of thought.
Shoot, we almost had her there for a second.
Yeah.
Guys.
My one brain cell was definitely connected
The
there.
two brain cells we share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, like they will ICE agents. Oh, I remember what I was.
Okay,
gonna say,
we're
guys.
here, guys. We're back.
The train has come back. But like I said, the ICE agents that killed those two men, I think, were men, both of them.
No, both of them were men.
Yeah. They were both American citizens. So as Summer was saying, like it does not matter like who you are and like what you look like and whatever, like man, woman, anything.
And can I interrupt you real quick?
Yeah.
And also, the Supreme Court legalized it. I believe it was about a year ago, like last summer. They legalized it where ICE agents can literally pull over and interrogate people just because if they suspect that they're like an illegal alien.
Yeah.
That's their terminology. An illegal alien, like basically, which is code for okay, if you're brown, if you have a slight accent, if you're driving this certain car, if you have this flag on the back of your car, literally anything. They can literally use like it's yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it's horrible because like where I live in Orange County. There's a lot of like like warehouse stores like Home Depot and stuff like that, and they sell like stuff like in the front, And there are a lot of people of color that work there because they, like, you know, sell all the things to, like, the customers there and stuff like that. And I heard from a friend that ICE agents used to dress up as Home Depot workers and just, like, pretend to work there, and then the moment they saw someone who they suspected was, like, a criminal, they would just completely arrest them and, like, take them away while they were working, like, literally trying to get through their job, a minimum wage job that does not pay enough for them.
Yeah,
and, like,
that's a total
live
violation
here.
of our rights, dude. Or like if you even look like ICE agents, that's why it's so important to know your rights, like as an immigrant here, because like they will come to your door, they will beat and knock on your door, and some have actually invaded people's houses before. But the vast majority of ICE agents cannot enter your home without a warrant, and they will try to convince you that you don't need one, but you definitely do need one. So it's crazy, like the violation of just like rights and
they'll
blatant.
they'll give you fake warrants too, like this is
Yeah.
the exact warrant, and it's
Right.
like not the right one at all.
Right. It's so like it's awful. Or like they'll come to your place of work, dude. Or like it's so sad. Like even in Burbank, like at Burbank High School, and then like by the Burger King and O'Reilly's, like if you know where that is, there was like ice activities happening like last week. They were taking like kids out of school and stuff. I was like, what is happening, bro? Like LA is supposed to be like, first of all, we are a sanctuary like city, but it's like LA is supposed to be like a place that welcomes like diversity and people and immigrants. Like immigrants build LA. Like that's not a surprise to anyone. So it's so sad that they're being affected by the dictatorship happening.
Yep.
So.
I mean, America was built off of, you know, wanting to get freedom because the British colonized America first, and you know, the whole thing about America getting its freedom back, July 4th, whatever, all of that, when it comes down to how we live today, is completely off center of what we believe in and what America is supposed to be like. Like Summer said, like LA was built off of immigrants, and like all of America was basically built off of immigrants. And they make them seem like they're like these horrible monsters that like do not deserve to live here, but it's like land. When has a mass of land ever been given to a specific person? We literally live on a rock, guys. Like it the concept of like people being banned from a place where they should call home is absolutely horrible, and it should not happen.
And they lie, dude. The politicians, they lie. Like that's how we got this current administration that we currently have, is because he lies, dude. He's like a master manipulator liar. I don't know how he convinced all of y'all to vote for him.
No, bro, did you see that TikTok of Trump on the phone when he's talking about getting the freaking votes?
No.
Oh my god, there's literally a phone call where it's like worse than Watergate. Like I don't know how we keep letting this go, but like it's literally a video of him being like, I just need like 11,790 votes or whatever. Can you make that happen for me?
Oh my gosh.
Like what?
Well, he literally had his people like on the ground, like at the ballot station, at the voting polling grounds. I was like, how is that legal, dude?
Literally. But I'll put the video up here if I find it again.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have. I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break. There's nothing wrong with saying that, that you've recalculated.
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong.
You do it to uncover fraud. You could say for transparency and to uncover fraud, possible fraud. So who's going to stop you for that? You know, it's like
a federal judge, possibly.
It's wild, and it's like they said when like even Trump ran on like, okay, we're just gonna like, we're gonna do the largest deportation, but don't worry, we'll focus on the violent criminals, we'll focus on the rapists and murderers. Well, tell me why I keep seeing families getting deported and like families being torn apart and people getting shot in the streets, like American citizens, like whether it be immigrants that like came here and like are on visa, or like actual like naturally born American citizens, like literally getting executed in the streets. Tell me why. Like it's so sad because we can't even like take care of like our own murder crisis or rape crisis or any crisis with American citizens, let alone immigrants. So the line is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It's wild.
And yeah, the media doesn't cover half of it.
Yeah, and it's crazy also because like he is married to an immigrant. hello, like.
And people
you're-
use that as an excuse to defend Trump, but I'm like, if anything, you're proving our
Yes,
point.
because
like,
he's hateful towards them.
Yes.
So it's like your wife is literally that. Like your family is from Germany. So it's like, how did you become that way?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Hate really rots people out. but-
yeah,
Yeah, do your research. You know, it's scary because it does affect all of us. It's an issue that should be talked about and raised, awareness on. Not something to be ignored or like normalized because it's not normal. And we are supposed to live in a free country, and that means free for all, liberty and justice for all.
yes.
So,
And
like it.
yeah, I mean, that kind of relates to what I want to talk about, which is like media, like censorship, which is like when you can't like say certain words or like certain phrases because your video gets taken down or like your TikTok like gets flagged or
Mhm.
whatever. I mean, I see this all the time on TikTok where
Yeah.
people talk about like, Palestine or Israel, and it like has like the tag on the top that says like check your facts before sharing or whatever.
Right.
And it's like they're like trying not to be even slick about it at all. Like we can tell nowadays that like how much the media is trying to censor
Well, dude,
us.
right after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, they were like literally going through like everyone's like messages and like social media posts and
Yeah.
firing people for like
Yeah.
saying something about it. I was like, what in the, like, what? Like,
Yeah. Like literally every meta app, like Instagram, WhatsApp, what else does he own? Facebook. Like all of those apps, like they even like stated like that
monitoring.
that the AI monitors like what you're talking about, what you're saying in like
Yeah.
chats. Even if you think you're like safely talking about stuff, you're not. Like I'm just gonna say it straight up, like you're literally not because well,
Sorry, there's a lot going on over
a
here.
lot of soccer happening. But
Get a load of this guy.
but yeah, like they will straight up say it that like you're being monitored, you're being watched.
Yeah.
Big Brother is watching. Have y'all watched that movie?
I love
before?
1984. Dude.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah.
Be
So
careful about what you put online. Digital footprint, obviously,
Mhm.
and yeah, check your facts, dude.
yeah, make sure to always check your facts. Be careful online, especially online. You do not know who's on there.
No sign.
Literally, the internet stays forever.
Clock it.
Um,
Well, our digital footprint's gonna be pretty interesting.
digital footprint clean, squeaky clean.
Our TikTok edit. Don't check the
Don't
TikTok.
check the
yeah.
saved, bro. Don't check the saved. But yeah, and always speak out when you see something wrong happening. Always speak
Clock
out.
that.
It doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are, if you're a man, a woman, if you're black, white, purple, pink, whatever, you should always speak out.
All right, this guy's just yapping.
Get a load of this guy.
No, you're just yapping, bro.
But yeah, it is so important to be vocal nowadays. And that
Sounds like a stupid shit.
example A. Hopefully the background noise sounds good in the edit, bro. I'm gonna cry. Let us
Sorry.
be serious. One video.
No, we're gonna
Mission
do-
Impossible.
We're gonna do a sushi vlog, guys. Get excited.
Sushi vlog. I love
So
sushi.
fucking fat. All right, love you guys.
Oh, wait,
It's-
I'm not done.
Oh, I thought- okay, I was done.
No, yeah. Because right now the World Cup is happening.
What does that have anything
Well,
to
I'll
do?
tell you. The World Cup is happening. Yippee!
No one
And
cares.
everyone loves the World Cup. Everyone's paying attention to the World Cup.
Well, to BH, as soon as Argentina advanced, I stopped caring. So.
Clock it. But well, because the World Cup is happening, people like ICE and Trump think they can get away with so many things because the world is distracted by big events
The
happening.
cup world, yeah.
Yeah, the Cup World, and the World Cup, and like this new parasite coming around in America. If you guys have heard that. Yo, you're gonna get all the fans mad.
Messi's a parasite, guys. It's a
Like
new-
the stomach bug.
Yeah, he
He's
causes
definitely
my
one of
stomach to
them.
hurt, that's for sure. Holy shit.
But yeah.
Talking about some messy, bro. Sorry, that was awkward.
The awkward silence after.
Was it casual?
Yo, the edit's about
Tell
to
me
go
what
crazy.
you tell your friends. We gotta edit this a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, the cup world is happening, and therefore everyone thinks, oh yeah,
You know, we can just
know,
forget about
Everyone
like things
doesn't
for a
give
while.
a gaff about.
And you know, it is okay to like distract yourself because you know the world that we live
the world's
in
ending.
sucks.
It's ending, yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
and it sucks, and you know people need
It's
a
kinda
good
buns.
distraction, and that's okay. Knowing when to distract yourself, knowing when to step out of reality
Mental
for
health
just a moment.
matters.
Mental health definitely matters. But on the other hand, there are also a lot of things that are happening currently that still need to be fixed, that still need to be changed. And while the World Cup is happening, I want you guys to also be aware of these things and make sure to keep staying active, keep staying like advocating for people.
Yeah, and also
Um,
advocate that Spain wins. That's also important.
Yes. You know,
Go
I was
Spain.
rooting for England or Britain,
That actually,
which is
that's
crazy.
actually wild.
which is crazy. I've
Yeah.
never liked them. Pause. I'm half British, so I can say that.
Well, I'm a little confused because every country that I voted for has lost.
Yeah.
So
Well, we know who to thank.
I'm gonna just vote for Argentina this time so that it's like
so they could
it's,
lose.
just vote.
Just vote.
Just vote.
I
I
know
know I'm gonna be out.
Just
Just
vote.
vote.
Holy synchronization, bro. We should be a soccer team.
All right, we're gonna end this, but basically stay informed.
Yeah, stay
And-
informed, please, and always speak out. And, you know, we love you guys.
Love you. Stay safe
And
out there.
please
Don't
stay
get
safe.
shot, please.
Yes, please don't. Bye.